available. So that's those are our two biggest focuses now. Just marketing and exchanges. And then we're also still engaged with different partners. We have a lot of people reaching out to us and organizations. So we're looking to see what makes sense. We have a couple podcasts that we're getting scheduled for next week with some pretty cool groups. But yeah, just kind of moving in all directions and just making sure we're able to check off as many boxes as we can.
Awesome, man. What do you feel is most important right now from where you're sitting?
Man, that's a good question. So for me, I think that the most important thing is to get Hoj in front of as many eyes as possible. There's a lot of people jumping into crypto projects. I have a lot of so my family obviously knows I've been involved in crypto for a long time, and they know I'm very much involved in Hoj on a full-time basis. But they reach out to me with a lot of other projects, just new ones they see on TikTok. I have a younger sister, and she sees her friends are trading, and she'll reach out to me on projects, and things that are just popping up in a day. No team docs, no use case, just a cool name, maybe a cool emoji. So you know I I'm happy that where we are to date, we've kind of established ourselves as being legitimate. We're not here to make some money and run away like I would say half of the other pop-up projects. But we really have to educate everyone, man, on what is Hoj and the real benefits of our tokenomics and the community as a whole. And it's fun. I talk to. I'm sorry, I might have cut off for a sec. I got a phone call. But I was saying, I want everyone to be able to have fun here at Hoj, and the only way we're going to do that is if we're going to continue to spread what is Hoj, and really share with as many different people and through as many different channels as we can. Sometimes I look back, man, and I think we've done no marketing. Half of these other projects, they come out with a crazy marketing campaign before the project, before any use case, before a community. There's marketing. So you know we did it a little bit differently, but marketing is the most important thing for us now, in my opinion.
What's up, Rock Ram? You have a question or comment?
Yeah, yeah. So hi everyone. Hi everyone for the Hodge family. So the question I have, I pretty much believe the Hodge coin a lot, so I kind of invested in that one. So one thing I'm trying to understand, it has good, it doesn't have too many coins in the market, so that's a good sign that it already went to a two zeros, and then it's right now it's three zeros right now. um, and I feel like it has a lot of scope, that it can come up, it can go to even 1 cent, or I don't know when it will reach, but sooner or any time. So one thing I'm trying to understand is this is such a good coin. Why it's not still listed in one of any of the good exchanges, like a Binance or a KuCoin, or no, like a Bitmart, or any of those exchanges. When can we expect that it gets released in some of these exchanges? Let's say if it's released in a Binance, then I feel like it needs to be marketed more, or people need to know more about it. So as whoever spoke before me also, I think, mentioned about that point, it needs to be marketed more, or people need to know more about it. So just wanted to know, what are we doing for that, and then what are the future announcement, and when can we expect any news on them, when they're going to be released in some of the major exchanges.
Thanks for coming up, man. Appreciate it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, definitely. So we've announced a couple exchange listing offers. So I guess the first thing that I want to say is you're definitely right. There isn't a lot of Hoj coins out there. We launched with a trillion coins with I apologize with I'm sorry, I'm blanking out. Yeah, we launched with a trillion coins with 500 billion being burned initially, and since then I think we've shed off another 90 billion tokens. So we're right around that 409, 408 billion coins currently. And as the volume continues, more and more coins will be burned off of the supply. Um, but I definitely hear you, man. Like getting on exchanges and making it easier for people to find us is very very important. So like I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, we announced that we had an offer from a top five globally ranked exchange, and that was in the amounts of like $500,000 for listing. And with where the market has been, and again we're truly a community driven project. There's no developer wallet. We didn't have a pre-sale. We didn't have an ICO. We don't have tokens allocated to any of the developers, right? Coming up with $500,000 at this point is a little bit difficult. I will say though, the today, like actually within the last like 30 minutes, the reason we're here is I posted on Hoj Nation that we got an additional exchange offer. Now this exchange, does have access to U.S. users. It does have the ability for various on ramps, including credit and debit, which is unique because Hoj doesn't have access to any of those on ramps via any of our centralized exchanges that we're on currently. Also has like Apple Pay and PayPal, which would also as well be very unique to for us. This exchange for me, I think would be a really good option for us to consider. The total fee is around $80,000, which personally I believe is manageable, even though we've kind of been crabbing along and since Bitcoin's drop a couple of weeks ago. So for me, I'm very excited about this exchange, and I'm curious to see how the community responds.
Yep, yeah, and also like I mean, as I mentioned earlier, like a lot of new coins which come up, which has like trillionaire or quadrant or like so many of coins, but this has like 415 billion and everything is in the market. So that's really, that's the thing which kind of attracted me actually when I saw that everything is in the market and then it's like 415 billions, like comparatively lesser number compared to so many new tokens getting released.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know what you're talking about, man. Every day you see projects, quadrillion this, 100
yes,
quadrillion, 10 quadrillion,
exactly.
you
Yeah,
know?
yep. Yeah, I mean, you can take an example of a Shiba or any of the like the Safe Moon or any lot of different things I've seen, but like they have like so the thing is like I mean, see one thing I'm very confident that when it pumps up or like when it gets a good price or like it goes to 1 0 or 1 cent or something like that, the chances of getting higher is more because the number of points is lesser. So
Exactly.
that's what that's why I kind of believe it. So and then and since you mentioned about the burn rate, right? So
Yeah.
so what is the burn rate from now? I mean, like, are you like what is the percentage of burn rate you're doing
Yeah.
currently?
Yeah, so when we first launched, right, half of the tokens went to a true burn wallet. So this isn't like a Vitalik owned wallet, it's like a true burn wallet, with the other half of the tokens being in circulation. At that point, like minute one, it was a 1% to the burn wallet,
Mm-hmm.
1% distributed among everybody else. And that's that 2%, redistribution on every transaction. So as time goes on, right, there's
Mm-hmm.
more tokens inside the burn wallet. So your burn rate actually accelerates because more tokens are going into the burn wallet. So I mean, right now I can check really quickly. You can just go on like Etherscan. You can click holders. You'll see that the burn wallet has
Mm-hmm.
59.197% of the
That's
burn.
good. Mm-hmm.
So if you do 2%
Mm-hmm.
times 0.591697, 1.18%. 1.18 out of the 2% goes
Mm-hmm.
to the burn wallet of every
Gotcha.
transaction.
So and that remaining person goes redistributed among the people who are holding it.
proportionally based on their wallet size. And this
Mm-hmm.
is another interesting thing here is all of the exchanges that were listed on Whitebit, BKEX, Big
Mm-hmm.
One, and Gate.io,
Mm-hmm.
their wallets do not receive a redistribution. Um, Now, this isn't ideal for
Mm-hmm.
us. It's not the best case scenario, right? Of course, the best case scenario is every Hoj holder should receive their appropriate redistribution. However,
Mm-hmm.
these exchanges, they're not able to redistribute the exact amount to each holder because of the hierarchy of their exchange and how it's built to date. So those wallets get excluded. So proportionally, each holder is getting more than they should because those exchanges are excluded, if that makes sense.
Got So that trust wallet is also part of it, or because I'm holding in trust wallet.
A trust wallet is
Mm-hmm.
considered a decentralized wallet, meaning that you
Mm-hmm.
do get redistribution there, as well as like MetaMask, Coinbase wallet,
Got you.
Trezor, Ledger, all of those decentralized wallets, you get the redistribution.
And when does that redistribution happen? Every month? That
No, it happens instantly. If you open up your wallet right now and
mm-hmm.
you don't take a screenshot just because you
Mm-hmm.
never want someone to hack in, but if you
Yeah.
you look at you write down the number of hoes you have and you
Mm-hmm.
you go back and you look at it, after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even after a
Okay.
minute, you'll see after every transaction, the redistribution is reflected in your wallet instantly.
Got you. So the last question. So the redistribution is like 0.2%, something like that.
the read the redistribution is 2% of every transaction. So for example, if I send you, let's say 100 Hoj,
Mm-hmm.
2 Hoj are put aside and those are reflected through based on the percentages I
Number
gave
of
earlier,
transactions.
and then you would receive 98 Hoj.
Got you. Okay, I think that yeah. So yeah, I'm like overall like I'm very excited about this one. So I want to. I'm having the diamond hands. I want to just leave it for a long time. Like I'm very much confident that this is going to go a long way. So
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely,
So
man. Like I a lot of projects, they've been out for such a long time. Like most people don't even know Doge has been around for 7 years.
oh yeah.
People don't know that Shiba didn't launch this year. Shiba's been
Yeah.
around for many years.
Yep.
So every project is it's like a startup. We come out, we make sure we're built correctly. We're making sure we check off all the boxes. Now we got to check off marketing and new exchanges, and of course the most important is the use cases. We have to continue to
Totally.
to develop. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
but I'm happy to
So
hear you have diamond hands, man.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Thanks for that, and then, thank you a lot for answering all my questions. Really appreciate.
Yeah, no problem at all, man. Thank you for coming up here.
Thank you.
Crypto Pulse, how are we?
What's up, everybody? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Happy to hear that, man. What do you?
Wasso.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say like, the general sentiment in the market, right? There's a lot of fearful people, a lot of people with doubts, like just wondering what direction Hoj is going in and all of that. What would you say to those people?
Yeah, I mean, I would say to them that Hoj is going in the direction of attempting to increase its marketing. This way, more people can learn about our project. We're all here for a reason. We understand the merits of the project. So, Hoj is moving in the direction of, better marketing, more marketing. Hoj is moving also in the direction of attempting to be listed on platforms that make it easier for our users and future community members to join with us. And Hoj is moving in the direction of active development at the moment. We've talked a bit about NFT marketplace. We have several partners. I think that's the appropriate word of, who've committed to, launching, campaigns, NFT campaigns on Hoj Mint. We're going to be making an announcement, later this week, regarding another partnership, of, an influencer who's going to come on board and, mint a series of NFTs with Hoj. So we're also moving, in a couple of different, use cases. We're currently working on a pretty cool gallery. That'll be announced soon. I saw that we were in, some bits of beta testing, and some community members started to get engaged with that. Um, Jay Rocco launched, Hoj University. We have so many new people that join our chats, and they're like, what is Hoj? I saw it online. And we got to educate all those people. What is blockchain? What are tokenomics? How does reflection work? What are the benefits of deflation? Like, really got to educate everyone. So I'm really excited about that. But that's really where I would say, Hoj is moving towards. We're moving towards more marketing, getting on more exchanges, building up more use cases, and continuing to educate everyone that engages with us.
I'll toss in on that too, Flea. This is about Hoj as much as anything, but I'll tell you why I'm bullish on crypto as a whole. This is so new, you guys. Just by the nature of being on like Twitter Spaces is brand new, crypto is brand new. We're all early adopters right now, and the one thing we need is patience. People lack patience, and they lack the ability to look at a calendar and understand that 12 months is still a very, very small portion of the overall amount of time you're going to be around. I'm super bullish on crypto. Not just Hoj, but the way the whole thing is going to go. Every single day, someone is turning an age where they have a paycheck, and the traditional banking system is not where people are looking for their money. I don't think people are looking at traditional stocks. They're not looking at assets. I don't know many people that are numismatists and trading coins right now. So I don't even have to speak specifically about Hoj just to tell you that I am bullish on crypto, baby. That's it.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. I know, I went to the Bitcoin 2021 convention in
Yes.
Miami,
That
and
had to have been such a hype weekend, man. I cannot have like I don't know how you didn't come home and take a second mortgage out on your home and just buy every coin.
that's hilarious. I definitely came back like, I think I said to my wife something like, I've never been so certain about this industry. Like, I've dabbled in crypto since 2012, when I was in college, and I've been invested throughout the years. Like my man said earlier, I've diamond handed through crazy lows, like crazy lows. But like the names that were there at the Bitcoin convention, Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter and Square, Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, and then just I'm specifically trying not to mention the crypto names. Every big crypto name was there, but there were so many VCs, so many banks, uh, so many news stations were there. There was just so much like excitement and hype around this industry. And like, I remember I was listening to a panel from Mr. Wonderful, along with three or four of the major mining representatives, and I'm sure you could find this online. And he said something like, before coming on this show, or before coming on this panel, and before coming to Miami, I reached out to some of the biggest hedge funds that I know, and I spoke to them about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and asked them what they thought of this asset class. And they all said they were interested and they had no issues with this asset class, and they're interested in investing in it, and they know that some of their investors and their high net worth individuals who they manage their wealth for are interested in it. And the way he posed this question was insane. He said something like, I've spoken to over $1 trillion worth of investments, and their only concern is sustainability. Now, that the topic of that panel was, mining, electricity costs, is it sustainable? Um, But the way, like when I heard that question, I was like, "Oh my God!" And then at the end of after the few people in the panel answered the question, he looked at the stage and he said something like, "Do you know what happens if $1 trillion comes into this industry?
Yes.
We all go
Keep
to the
going.
moon, all
Oh
of
my
us."
gosh. So what we crossed like $2.2 trillion for the overall cryptocurrency market cap, not back at the top of the bull run when Bitcoin was at 64K, right? 2.1 trillion, and then during the halvening, it dropped down to about one. Do you know how little $2.1 trillion is in the overall economic picture? Like, there's no money in crypto yet, you guys. By the nature of being here, we are the early money. We're basically the liquidity that the entire next generation is going to be leveraging their success against. So um, I look at all projects. I mean, I love Hoj. I got a fat bag and I love Hoj. But when any project stalls, there's another project somewhere that's taking off, and that's an indication that money moves around from the market. Money doesn't disappear. It just moves around, and it's moving around in different forms. It might go into Bitcoin for a while, and then it dives into altcoins, and then it comes back, and maybe Ethereum has a run. But no matter what you're into, it's gonna be here, and it's just gonna take the patience. I saw something. I know Wasso's probably already got his. The discounted rate for tickets for Bitcoin 2022 for like the first like 5,000 people or something.
Two
Pretty low
hundred
price,
fifty bucks. I got
right?
mine after
I know you did.
spending 1,500 for this year's, man.
I know you. I know you did. And I was looking at the thing too, like trying to figure out if I could block out the time and get a flight and everything, because it would cost less to buy the ticket and the flight now than I think what you had to pay just for your ticket, right?
Dude, of course, man. For me, coming from New York, a flight to Miami is like 200 bucks, 200, 300 bucks tops. And with the $250 ticket, dude, we're talking about one third of what I paid just for the
Right.
ticket.
I would say that anybody that's feeling like they're bearish on crypto should buy that ticket and go down there and tell me that you don't come back feeling better about it.
Yeah, and like honestly, a lot of the people that I met down there, man, were like just new to crypto, maybe just, have a little bit of investment. Maybe they invested the year before, they made a little bit of money. But the majority of the people there were like, I'm very interested in cryptocurrency and I'm coming here to learn more. They weren't like necessarily only people that are, you know, actively involved in working on projects. The bulk of people there were just, people who like attend the auto show, when it comes to town.
Right? They're just walking through. They don't know how to put every car together and take it apart. They're just here to look at the shiny things.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So, yeah, man, I definitely agree with you. I'm very bullish in crypto in general, and you made a really good point about patience. And this is not specific to Hoj at all. But every project, they have times where they're call it pumping and the price is going up, and then they have other times where they crab and they go zigzag, and while they build and they develop, and it is what it is. It's just and we should all be very very fortunate and excited that we're here now. And for me that's the biggest thing. And I've never been as certain of that as I have been recently, especially after that Miami trip.
I see. Let's see, where'd he go? Moonview was in here. I know he's come up and spoke before. He's the same way. Super bullish on everything, which sounds crazy, but it's one of those things where you need to keep a broad view. We always say when in doubt, zoom out. I would say the same thing, not just about the charts, but about the industry. Just pull back and look at how much traditional money has been basically forced to move into crypto. How many hedge funds have stepped up and created some sort of a Bitcoin leveraged fund or something because their customers are clamoring for this stuff? And by the nature, like, you guys know how hard it is to use Uniswap, right? Like, that's not what's happening for big time investors. So we are so early by the nature of just the things that we are doing here that there's going to be a point in time where we look back and laugh at the fact that we were even nervous, I think.
Yeah, exactly, man. Plus, recently there's been like some like global acceptance of cryptocurrency, right? Of course, we all saw what happened in El Salvador with Bitcoin being accepted as a legal tender, and then even more recently, like I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 days ago, I had a pop up from BBC that said, I believe it was the president of Iran came forward to his parliament and said we need to start exploring regulations so we could legalize cryptocurrency. These are like actually pretty big deals. You have entire nations that are accepting, this entire asset class. It's really just fascinating. So let's see. What other topics do we want to talk about? Anything specific?
I was thumbing through the new meme page. I thought that was pretty neat. Are you up to discuss that a little bit? When memes?
Yeah, we could definitely talk about that a little bit.
I don't know if everybody knows about that. I think that's really, really cool, and I know there's a lot of people here that have been working on memes that could go start building that up.
Yeah, definitely. So one of our community members, and this is actually the beauty of a community project, right? Is you're only as strong as your community, and one of our strongest community members, in my opinion, came forward with a project that he's been working on himself called When Memes. That's WenMemes. When Memes, when spelled WEN, and it's going to be a platform where we're going to be able to host memes. And I've spoken to a few projects. Actually, at Bitcoin 2021, I ran into a few guys from a couple other projects, meme projects like ours, and they loved the idea, and they said they would encourage their communities to support. So definitely, if anyone here wants to check it out, please do try uploading a meme. And if you have any feedback, please do. You could either share it with me, you could share it with the main Hoj Twitter page. But yeah, we would love some feedback. Um, but yeah, I'm super excited about that. I think it's very needed. There's a lot of questions about memes. We all know that there's a obviously, thank you to Doge. There's a place in this world for meme coins, and there should definitely be a platform where we can interact with one another and just have some fun. And I actually love this specific development very much. Did you get a chance to play around on it a little bit?
I actually did. I was thumbing through there earlier. I'm a meme fiend myself. I'm an amateur memologist. I'm sure you guys know the study of memology in historical terms. Um, I love doing that stuff, and I've pumped out so many myself that my intent is to go on there and start depositing some of my original content so that it can circulate. But I'm really bullish on the fact that it's supposed to be an open market for memes for other communities too, because we know that Hoj memes about as good as anyone else. I'm not going to claim dominance, but we're pretty damn good at it. And I think having more memes coming in from other communities, eventually that's traffic on our page, right? We want all coins to succeed. Crypto is all the same thing. So eventually having that open for everyone. Think about the places you already go for memes. Like what are popular sites that you look at, like Mematic or knowyourmeme.com. It could essentially be the cryptocurrency version of that. So if anybody ever needed a meme for any specific reason, they're going to be able to pull it up, or we're going to be able to populate those things and make it something where someone can easily go and pull those memes for whatever community they need. And what they're going to see when they get in there is it's a Hoj based platform. It's just another way for Hoj to support the community as a whole, the crypto community.
Definitely, and that's exactly how you summarized it. Was exactly how I saw it. Was this is a way of Hoj to support the overall crypto community, specifically, the meme crypto community, and I think a lot of the other projects would really like that.
You and I were talking with J Rock about putting together like a how to meme course, because it's something that some of us might take for granted, that we know how to like make a graphic or cut faces out and throw them on, stuff like that. But I think there's a lot of people out there that have got some really high quality meme ideas, but they lack the education to pull off the execution. And when memes could potentially be the type of place that if you need an amateur course in memology, then maybe Rocco's going to put one together, or maybe Katie Cans is going to put together a seminar, right? Like we've got the people to do this, and more memes is better for everyone. Who doesn't need a laugh?
Definitely, definitely. I J Rock mentioned that to me today about part of his Hoj University platform, having a how to meme class, um, or how to meme, instructional video. That would be cool. We get when memes, collabing with that, Hose University video or course. So definitely a great idea.
It'd be like how memes. How memes. We got when, and then we got how, and then like when we get deeply philosophical, we could have why memes.
Oh, I like that.
Right? You got all these different questions. I'm more personally, I like why memes because I like that deep thought stuff. So not just when, but how and why, and then we know where because where is when memes, right? So where answers itself. Where is when?
That's awesome. I like that. I like the why memes. I like the why memes a lot. I hope. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how our educational program rolls out too. You know, I'm really excited about both of those things.
I would ask. I know we got what does it say? Like about 50 listeners in here. Hit an emoji if you have made a meme for Hoj before. Just by show of hands. I'd like to see how many people in here have uploaded anywhere on Twitter, on Reddit, on Facebook, anywhere. If you've made a meme and you put it up, hit an emoji because I want to know how many people are out there pumping these things out. Yeah, I see it. There's people out there that are doing this stuff. So the same thing is true for videos. I think there are a lot of people that would be comfortable making audio or video. I know we've actually reached out trying to find some people that are great with TikTok because TikTok is like a video meme in itself. Like that's for me, I would be open in telling you guys that I am not good at TikTok. That's a format for memes that just seems to escape me. So um, all of those skills are not just for fun. Those are going to be things that are vital to moving forward, not just with a project, but for every other project too.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely got to give a shout out to Bryston. I see you in here, and I've seen some of your memes, and they've been absolutely awesome. So, but what do you think of the? I'll ask you. What do you think of the exchange offer that has 49 out of the 50 states? You think it's something that's good for us now?
I've actually been kind of snooping around and I've been reverse engineering some of the stuff. So I don't even want to say the name of the place that I think it is because I've been snooping around already since you dropped the announcement and trying to figure out what exchanges offer the parameters about the credit card payments and PayPal through those systems and stuff. I I think I've kind of narrowed it down. I don't want to say that I've got it because I was wrong on the last one, but um, the credit card thing, it's ease of purchase, right? There's a reason Robinhood is dominating for so many people because it's ease of access, ease of purchase. Um, and I'm 50-50 because we've done these exchanges before with Hoj where I know the community has felt like maybe the next exchange listing didn't do as well as we thought it was going to do. So I would understand if there was skepticism or pushback when we hear, hey, we've got another exchange coming. But it really is about ease of use, and not every single person is going to sign up for the exchange you like. And we basically need to be able to hit the easiest exchange we can. And if you could run a credit card or if you could use PayPal and it's already on your phone, whatever people are most comfortable with is going to be what gets them on board. And I think that if we had an exchange that allowed people to simply run a credit card, like how many people are buying their ETH through their MetaMask now? When we started, we were buying ETH and maybe sending it to MetaMask, but now you would just buy it there. So the same thing would be true if we had an exchange where you already could just connect your PayPal or your Apple Pay. I bet you 50% of the people in here have got a fruit phone that already has Apple Pay, and it would just ease the processing. And I'm not to bring it up as a comparison, but there's a reason Pancake Swap kind of stomped a mud hole in MetaMask during the high gas crisis that we had. Ease of purchase can be everything for people, and the new exchanges that are on the table, despite the financial hurdles that have to come over, could be something that you get an entire new swath of people in.
Yeah, I agree, man. Our definitely our last few exchange listings haven't been. We had the awesome exchange listing on Whitebit to start off, but a lot of the exchange listings after that, they definitely didn't materialize. I'm gonna choose to use that word. So that's why with exchanges moving forward, like I've been kind of like making sure to really try and target ones that have really easy platforms, like a very easy app that everyone uses. Like for me, like a perfect exchange would be crypto.com, right? Like, and that's not like one that we have an offer from at this point, but like, man, I know so many people who don't know anything about crypto, and I ask them, do they trade? And they say to me, crypto.com, yeah, it has everything and it's easy, and I could get money on it in minutes. So it's, like people don't even really talk about like these days Coinbase even that way. Like I know a lot of new people, they're like, yeah, I tried to sign up to Coinbase. They told me 7 days until the funds transfer to my bank account. So, like having, that instant ability of, whether it be PayPal, Apple Pay, one of the credit cards, debit cards is huge. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the reaction is of everyone. I actually haven't even gone back to since I posted it to Hoj Nation to read, to see if there's any comments either there or on Telegram about it. But I'm gonna check that out after we're done here.
And I think obviously crypto.com has got the name recognition and the fact that people just associate it because it sounds like the safest thing to like, oh, you want to buy crypto, it's crypto.com. I'd be willing to bet that at least half the people in here have experienced that same hold period on Coinbase or on Binance where it's even longer. And I think that a lot of people finally, when they decide to make a crypto purchase, they're like seeing the dip and they're like, all right, I'm going to put the money in the account and the coin price is lower. This token's ready. Sweet, I've got the money and 7 days until I can buy it. Whoa, wait a minute. In 7 days, the price is going to be completely different. And I think you had a lot of people that immediately were soured against those 7 day holds. And I know that made a lot of people angry. I ran into one when I first started trading. I saw a great entry point, and then I got it in there and I got the money ready. And I'm like, all right, let's switch this over to MetaMask. And they're like, cool, you can do it next week. And it's like, ooh, I'm so mad at you, Coinbase. I had no idea. Like, I'm sure I read the fine print, and I'm sure I clicked the terms and of service because who really reads all of them? But it still came as a nasty surprise, and I think that it pushes people away into those DeFi wallets like Trust Wallet and MetaMask to stay off of them. So if we had access to a crypto.com, or if we had access to something as simple as Robinhood or an eToro or something like that, it would be huge.
Yeah, definitely, man. Those are the goals. Like for me, the number one goal when it comes to like listings is Robinhood. A lot of people think it's Binance. A lot of people think it's Coinbase. But for me, like if you're at the level. Sorry about that. I was just getting a call. But yeah, for me, if you're able to make it on Robinhood, man, like you've really made it. I think Robinhood is still at four tokens, right? I think it's still like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Doge. If you're able to make it in that very, very, very high volume, low competition, meaning only four other tokens, you've absolutely made it. So yeah, so that's what we're working towards. And again, for a project that's been around for as long as we have, I think it would be good. We made a commitment. When the project, I think a month after the project launched, that in Q2 we were gonna be on a U.S. exchange, and this isn't exactly a United States registered exchange. However, I think they may have offices in the United States, if I'm not wrong. It is, very receptive of, U.S. users. 49 out of the 50. For some reason, man, New York just has bad luck. New York is just kind of like excluded by everybody because of their regulations. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Moonview, how are you doing, buddy? I see you over there. What do you think about all this? You want to talk about it? I know you got an opinion. Told you. Basically, what that peace symbol means is he's super bullish on crypto and he wants you guys to buy all the Hosh.
Hear me?
Yes, sir.
My internet's so bad right now. Yeah, like when you mentioned Robinhood, what's up, guys? So yeah, now that you mentioned Robinhood, I think it would be massive success for Hoj if we get listed on it because I feel like a lot of people got into Dogecoin because of Robinhood. Like obviously, there's people who bought it on Binance and other exchanges, but I feel like if we get on Robinhood, it would make it really easy for like the average person to get hold. So I feel like that should be one of the goals as well. Besides like a U.S. exchange and other stuff, I think that would be really beneficial, like for Hoj.
I agree. And it doesn't mean that we're expecting everybody that's here to switch over to Robinhood. What that means is it's going to bring an entirely new portfolio of people. And we already know what it takes to go through all these weird channels. But the people that are on Robinhood are very unlikely to go anywhere else because they're comfortable and people hate change. So it would open us up to millions of new users that, quite frankly, might be sitting on something they're already profitable on. Like, imagine how many people are sitting on their Doge just because they can't do anything with it. That if something showed up that had a very low market cap compared to what they were used to trading, how much they would just plow their profits into that thing. And I know it's like we're talking pie in the sky stuff when we talk about being on Robinhood. That sounds like we're on some serious. Sounds like we're on some serious hopium. But you have to speak things into existence because thoughts become things, and know that that is a goal. That's a serious goal to be there, but it takes a serious token to get there. So it's a goal for sure.
Yeah, like and I understand why a lot of people criticize Vlad, because Robinhood kind of has done some weird things, but if you really think about it, Vlad was one of the few exchanges that did list Doge, so he definitely saw something about Doge, and I'm pretty sure once he sees, what we're about, and also the community and other things of Hoj, I'm pretty sure, he might list Hoj. I don't think it would happen right now, obviously, but as you mentioned, it definitely should be a goal long term. Because like just imagine if it got listed in Robinhood, it would make it easy for like the average, retail investor to get into Hoj. So yeah, I definitely think like it is possible. It's obviously a little bit of a stretch now, but it could happen. You know.
Stuff like that is why we took the time to put the legal in place to build the foundations that when an opportunity like that comes up, we are already ready to hand over the manila envelope with all of our accreditations. Here's the audits. Here's our lawyers. Here's what the SEC thinks of this thing. It's not going to be a group of guys like me, showing up in athletic shorts trying to tell them why cryptocurrency is cool. We're going to have suits and ties that show up, and it won't be. It's not necessarily going to be the foot soldiers. It's not going to be on us anymore because we've provided the foundation that we can send people into battle. We can send Luca, we can send Hayden, we can send these big swingers in there, and they're going to be able to knock that out of the park because we set that up where every other token is not going to be ready when the luck favors the prepared. Is what I'm trying to say. You can be lucky, but lucky isn't worth anything if you're not ready when it knocks on your door. So luck favors the prepared, and we are, I think, prepared in a lot of ways that maybe some other projects have not been thinking ahead about.
Yeah, absolutely. We've definitely been spending a lot of time, building and getting ourselves ready, and kind of, de-risking, this project from any regulatory concerns. But yeah, I'm really excited for I'm really excited for the future. I'm really excited for what's ahead of us. Specifically, this meme gallery. I hope this brings some really solid engagement to Hoj, and of course we've talked a bit about marketing. I think our marketing efforts with the new head of marketing coming in is gonna. I mean, it can only help. We've done no marketing to date, so it could only definitely help. And yeah, we'll see definitely what everyone thinks about the exchange listing, and I'm hopeful that there will be other offers coming before the end of June. And between all of that, and I dropped earlier that we're gonna have an influencer coming on board to mint a series of NFTs on Hoj Mint. I think we're right where we need to be at the moment, and that's just continue to be engaged with all the opportunities that come out. And as long as we do that, responsibly, the industry and the market speaks for itself. So I'm very bullish these days.
So I want to channel my inner Flea if I can, because I know he's over there hosting and listening. So I'm going to go on a rant here for Flea. So we've got like 60 people in the room, and one of the big questions that's been coming up for a lot of people is, what are we going to do to push Hoj forward? And I've been thinking about that a lot this weekend after the conversation we had. Flea, you guys don't get to hear enough from Flea, but Flea is a genius, and he's got some great ideas. But if there's anything, he's passionate to the point where he sounds angry, which is me too. I get angry when I'm passionate about something. So for the 60 of us that are in here, here's my observation. We're lacking a lot of traffic in some of the places that used to be popping, you guys. We've got a Hoj Nation Facebook group, and it needs traction. It needs people. There's the Hoj Hodlers Facebook group, and it desperately needs more action. We have an Instagram, and it is not getting enough likes. It is not getting enough shares. We have a Twitter account, and we're making multiple posts on Twitter. It is not getting enough engagement. There are search algorithms that measure these engagements, and then they continue to force our platforms in front of more people. So if there is anybody in here that's sitting here feeling like they can't do anything to move this project forward, likes and shares are metrics. We need people to engage with the project. And just by the fact that you're sitting here on a Sunday night listening to me talking to my phone like an angry idiot means that you care about this project. So what can we do to push the engagement in the places where it already exists? Every one of you has the ability to move this project forward in whatever way you can, whether it's a share, a like, a quick video, or anything like that. So if I could say anything for Flea or for anyone on this team that's been working as hard as we can, every single post you make matters. You matter to this project, and I want you to get out there and beat the pavement to death and tell people about Hoj. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your friends, tell everybody about it, because if they're not sick of hearing about it, it's because you're not talking about it enough. I love you, Hoj Nation. We got to do the work.
Yeah, I'm actually following the Instagram right now. It's official Hoj, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna follow it right now.
I think I paralyzed the room. You know why I got quiet? Because everybody immediately ran out to the social media because you guys are doing it like champions. Or I just scared everybody away. I'm not sure which it was, but I don't regret it.
No, I don't think you scared anyone away. But yeah, let's let's see if anyone has any questions. I have a call that starts in about 7 minutes. So I want to definitely make sure that I'm combing my
I
hair
think
a little bit.
also, oh, I'm sorry. For the Instagram, so I do a little bit of Instagram, and I've seen Reels has been really successful. So I think we should try to post more stuff on Instagram Reels and TikTok. Because it's another way of like organic traffic. And I've seen a lot of people go viral. So I think we should post more on TikTok and Instagram Reels.
Please. Yeah. How are you? Yep. Definitely. So the target has always been end of Q2, which is the end of June for U.S. exchange, and that's been on our road. Yeah. So the target was always that up until like I want to say 3 weeks ago. There was an updated roadmap, and it moved the U.S. exchange to Q3/Q4. So I want to specify I posted about like an hour and a half ago that we have an offer from an exchange that has 49 of the 50 U.S. states, with the exception of New York. They have the ability for users to on ramp using credit and debit cards, Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, as well as PayPal. So we have that offer currently. This exchange does have an office in the United States. However, they are not registered. They're not. Their main location is not in the United States. So for me personally, this does not count as a U.S. exchange. Like when people think U.S. exchange, most people think like, Coinbase, Gemini, um, OKCoin, Kraken, right? Those are really like kind of the four. Like for everyone here, I don't know if you know, but Crypto.com is not a U.S. exchange. eToro is not a U.S. exchange, but they kind of fall in that U.S. exchange category. Like if we were to show up and say, hey guys, we have an offer from Crypto.com or eToro, I'm sure the community would receive that as a U.S. exchange, just because U.S. users have a very easy time, on ramping on those platforms. So I wanted to specify that by saying that's the offer that we have currently. We are currently talking to two U.S. exchanges, one of which has been like pushing meetings back, sending us, more information that they're looking for from us. So, I, they're moving slow. Have they told us that it's off the table? No. I met with them in Miami, and then there's a second U.S. exchange, which I have a follow-up meeting on like later this week. Those two options, I would say, best case scenario, are a month out.
So
that's the truth.
Okay, no, yeah, for sure. I'm not trying to I'm just trying to get a scope of sort of the timeline. So two of those. So you gave, I think, three there. So
three examples.
Right. So two of those examples are you're suspecting like a month out or something like that, which is, I understand. So assuming that
one of them is now, though. One of them we have an offer from now. I mentioned.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that counts exactly.
For sure. No. Yes. For sure. I count that. Yes. I definitely count that. So my question now is the series of events that takes place between this conversation and when that listing happens includes some fundraising campaign, I suspect, and there was some voting system that was talked about. So I guess in your perspective, what are the things that people should be looking out for to facilitate this happening?
Definitely. So regarding the specific exchange that we have an offer from, I posted that on Hoj Nation like 2 hours ago. There's a donation wallet there that is associated to that exchange, as well as L Bank, because we also have an offer from L Bank, which is not a U.S. exchange. However, it's only $20,000, but they do have like a decent amount of meme coins, and they told us based on their other projects, they think we would see roughly 200,000 to 200. I think it was like 150 to 250K was the range they gave of expected daily volume. So what I did was I threw out a announcement that said, hey, we have basically these two offers. And the reason I put L Bank there was because the announcement before this one, which was like a week ago, we announced that we had a top 5 exchange, a top 15 exchange, and then this exchange, L Bank. And then I think the community mostly wanted to go with L Bank based on like all of the comments and all the feedback we got. So I threw up a message that said, hey, we have this exchange which has 49 of the 50 states, as well as this L Bank exchange. Here's the donation wallet for this exchange listing. However, as well as we will be coming out with a detailed marketing plan by the end of this week. And I threw up a donation wallet as well as for marketing. So for me, I would say if we're able to collect the funds to get listed on this exchange, the process would basically be having them, we already have an offer, having them send us over a contract. Our attorney reviews it. That's 1 day. We sign it along with the payment. We send it back. And then they give us a listing date, which is probably 7 days out. So, let's say if we're able to collect, it's $80,000, $50,000 for listing fee, as well as $30,000 for liquidity. If we're able to collect the $80,000, let's say in the next 5 days, we'll be listed on this exchange before the end of the month. I would say probably like the 26th, 27th, 28th of June.
Okay, do you have to leave right now?
I do.
Do you have to leave right now? You said you had a meeting. Sorry.
Yeah. So here's what I did. I texted them. Can you give me 1 second?
Yeah.
I texted them saying, can we push this back 15 minutes? As soon as your question came up, it sounded like a...
Oh, I have more.
I want to answer them. 1 second. 8:40. Yeah, 8:45. I'm okay.
Cool.
I'm okay, but I'm gonna jump off probably in 10 minutes. Like I wasn't kidding. I need to like.
Sure.
It's a Zoom call with my camera on, and I gotta kind of like.
I got you.
Wash my face a little bit, but go ahead.
Okay, so
first of all, what do you think? What do you think of this exchange, real quick? And I'm gonna answer all your questions. What do you think of it?
I don't really have a. I sort of pragmatically think that it doesn't really matter what exchanges they are as long as we're getting onto more. So I don't have a huge opinion about any of them. As far as like, I think $80,000. I think targeting $80,000, you need to leave a fairly wide buffer for time to get that. You know, we did like 50,000 in 24 hours one time, but that was I wouldn't necessarily base the.
Yeah, definitely different market, different crowd. How about you?
Yeah. Okay, so my second, I guess the second question I have is more like what would a marketing group do, but that doesn't need to be answered right now. My second question.
I can answer it. I can answer.
Well, I think this is something more interesting to say.
Tell me.
So I don't know if you're familiar with the username Noob in Telegram, but he had an idea of funding. It was directed toward this marketing initiative, but I think more broadly funding different initiatives throughout the ecosystem, using staking campaigns and using some of the reflection from the staked, a portion of the reflection from staked coins to go toward that. So having a specific staking campaign for a specific agenda item, and then splitting the reflection between the people who are staking that coin and the initiative. And the specifics of how he had that laid out, I'm a little bit cloudy on, but I think maybe we should be thinking about more robust plans for funding some of these things than fundraising campaigns. So, although obviously we're successful with fundraising campaigns as well, but anyway, that's my 2 cents.
I hear you. No, I hear you. I thought a bunch about staking campaigns. I would need to know a little bit more of how they would work. Like my initial thought was like if we're all putting it in a wallet and let's just say I send like a million Hoj in, and then I know I'm going to get a million Hoj back after a certain period of time, right? And then all of the reflections get to go towards an initiative. You're then obviously you're losing the 2% burn there and back. So like I've had that thought a little bit, but if someone has like a way that they could suggest of doing this, other than just flat out asking for donations, I'm all ears.
Yeah, I think his concept was splitting the reflection between those two channels. So between a wallet that's used by that initiative and the wallets of the people who are staking. So how he had that laid out, he's a lot smarter about the back end stuff than I am for all this stuff. So
yeah, I'll shoot him a DM.
Yeah, he has some really good ideas. So talk to him, I think.
I will. I absolutely will. And then you made a little comment about marketing. Like, for a start, a lot of people have been asking about marketing, and really the idea behind marketing is that we've done no marketing to date. A lot of our community, we are a community-driven project. A lot of people are asking about marketing, so we've gone out and to marketing firms, whether they're big or small, people who are gonna really take a deep dive into our website, see where the engagement is coming, take a look at our platforms, see what our users are interested in and what they're not, and then really do some targeted marketing towards the audience we identify, which is something like that 18 to 35, 40-year-old generation. So I think that was the idea behind marketing.
Yeah.
You don't like it too much?
I'm curious to see how it differs from the organic schemes that people have come up with in the community, but I think that's also not really my area of expertise. So yeah, it would be cool to see.
Trust me, it's not mine. Marketing is not my area of expertise either.
Yeah, I think if we're going to throw money at something like that, we should maybe. And I think you've mentioned that you have some kind of framework laid out for what that would be used for, but I think codifying something and having a really good plan that's beyond just Twitter raids or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
Is the only way I would put money towards something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, so I think also we should look a little bit into influencer marketing. For example, on Instagram, you could get good rates with certain influencers. Obviously, some charge more, but I think influencer marketing is also a great way to grow as well. So something we should look into as well.
Yeah, that's been tossed up a bunch. Like right now, I think we're looking at a bunch of different things. Definitely looking at, you know, are there benefits to doing influencer marketing? You know, there's some like major, you know, platforms like Forbes or like USA Today, which will, you know, allow you to come on their platform and release an article a month for like 6 months and really tell your story. First might be what is Hoj. Second might be, you know, what are the benefits of, you know, deflationary tokens in this inflationary world. Third might be, you know, our use case of, you know, the NFT marketplace. Fourth might be, you know, the benefits of memes, and we could feature, you know, when memes. You know, fifth could be, I don't know, community and charity, and then, you know, we wrap it all up at the end. But at least, you know, we're able to tell our story and, you know, what's important to us. And, you know, when people go online and they're able to search Hoj, you know, they could find, you know, all the information about us that, you know, we were looking to highlight. So like that would be like one of the benefits of marketing, as well as, you know, like obviously website redevelopment, you know, building out a merch store that could generate revenue for the project, you know, to continue to grow. This way it's you know, no longer forever dependent on donations. um, Things like that. You know, those are kind of like all of the ideas that I've heard coming out of the marketing team.
Cool. Interested to hear more.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for coming up and asking some questions, man.
No problem.
All right, I have like 3 minutes if anyone else wants to get a question with me. Otherwise, you'll be left here with good hands.
So, Wasso, one thing that the community may want to know, I know that you mentioned earlier how our end goal, not end goal, but one of our loftiest goals in the future would be a Robinhood listing. And so, two things with that. One, what concrete goals would we have to reach in order to be able to be considered by them? Meaning, like, what requirements would they do they have to list us that we need to achieve? And two, knowing that how their platform works at the moment, where you cannot transfer your coins out, how would that go against the philosophy of crypto?
Yeah, so getting listed on Robinhood would be something that wouldn't really work out for us until they have their wallet set up, and I know they're developing it, and I believe I don't this definitely don't quote me on. I don't like to say things unless I'm sure. I believe they said it was going to be done by the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so I imagine Robinhood, and I'm not going to tell you we're talking to Robinhood now. We have a couple of contacts that work at Robinhood, and we have, you know, one community member who has, you know, a relationship with a senior at Robinhood. And, you know, right now we're definitely not in a position to get listed on Robinhood, right? We don't have the volume, we don't have the holders. I don't even think we've been in existence for long enough. Um, but why I stated the Robinhood goal is, like, you know, I want people to know that our eyes are, you know, on a true prize of, like, that's where we want to be. We want to be on a platform where it's very easy to transact, and to get there, you know, our volume is going to have to increase. Our, you know, holders is going to continue to need to increase, and we're going to have to be in existence for a certain amount of time, you know, definitely longer than the, you know, less than 5 months we've been around.
Yo, man, what's up?
How are you, Mike?
Good. Hey, I love hearing you guys on here. It's great. So I work with Elongate, and we have a lot of holders of Hoj in our Elongate community. And I just wanted to touch on what you said about marketing. I definitely believe the most authentic and best way to market your stuff is through your community, and not paying influencers. I feel like paying our influencers that we've had have marketed us as a commercial instead of something they actually value. And so when the community steps in and does their own things, allows freedom to be creative, and also is helps like bridging the gap between the community and the devs that make the final decision. Those fire starters, somebody like Leo, like that is what it takes to do those community projects. And for one, I would like to invite you The last thing I would like to say for now, I know you have to go, but I would like to invite you and your community to Discord tonight. It's not our Discord. It's an influencer. His name is dollar. Jeez, I'm gonna kill myself now for forgetting his name. Dollar sign Empire. Dollar sign Empire. He's blowing up right now on TikTok. He just teamed up with Elongate, and he's now an investor, and he plans on making videos when he comes to Las Vegas, where I live. I work in productions, and so we're doing cross promotion pretty much, and it's working out great. I would like to invite you guys on his Discord. It's dollar sign Empire. You can find it, but it's brand new, and he's building up that community. His TikTok is blowing up, 20,000 followers a day, new followers a day. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for hearing me out.
No, definitely, man. Thank you for coming here. Yeah, feel free to shoot me a DM with that Discord, and I'll see if I could pop in.
Dope. Yeah,
later.
we're gonna do it at a certain time when he's ready. He's in Miami right now, this guy. So, but
Yeah.
cool.
I actually bumped into a couple of the Elongate guys in Bitcoin 2021.
Yeah, I'm jealous I didn't get to meet you, man. Brandon told me that he ran into you. I'm like, well, dude, where? Why did you tell me? He knows I've been holding hose forever. So
Is Brandon
like,
the guy that dunked his head into the big thing of water?
You're talking to the guy that dunked his head in the big tank of water.
Oh my God, bro! I saw you. Yo, I was sitting on the, and I gotta go in like 1 minute. I was sitting
Yeah, let me get that
those picnic tables outside, and for everyone listening, I want you to picture like a big garbage bin filled of ice and bottled water, and the bottled water was pretty much empty, so it was like entirely filled with like ice water, and my man here was hot, so hot that he took his head and he dipped it for a long time inside this bucket, and I just started dying laughing.
Dude, we were getting people to dunk their head in the ice bucket challenge, like the ice bucket challenge. We were getting people
That's
to dunk
hilarious.
their head.
I love that.
And we were lying to them, telling them that every time somebody dunks their head in there, we're gonna donate another $100. And we're like no matter how many people dunk their head, they don't have enough heads for how much we donated. So it was just funny, But
that's awesome, man. Can I tell you?
Cool.
First, Lee, thank you very much for having me get on Twitter Spaces today. I never thought I'd talk to the man that I saw dunk his head at Bitcoin 2021.
Well, I was really repping Elongate hard out there, So
I saw you guys.
Time.
I spoke to your boy there. Like we're rolling out like a meme gallery, and he told me that you guys would be all on board for getting on. Like this is something that's gonna really be communal for the meme community, and I was so happy to hear that at least one of your community members was really supportive of the idea.
Oh, Brandon is one of our top admins on our Telegram. He runs it.
Brandon is the guy that came into our Telegram today, Wasso, and he's also the guy that Jesse and I posted the interview with yesterday. That's Kid Crypto.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Brandon Carr.
That's awesome.
That's our guy. That's my big brother.
You're gonna be late for your meeting too. You got to get out of here.
I know.
We're gonna actually have to kick him out, or he's gonna be late.
Yeah, honestly, I gotta go, man. I gotta call
get out of here. Hey, Mike, I'll pick up where you left off because I got some questions for Mike now.
All right, see you guys. Thank you for your time.
All right, sweet. So this would be weird because I know we're in this Hoj chat, but for those of you that follow Hoj Father, you guys have probably seen some of the interviews that we've done, the AMAs with the core group and stuff like that. The interview that Jesse and I posted yesterday was with Brandon Carr. Brandon is one of the co-creators of Elongate. That's who Mike's talking about. He's known as Kid Crypto. He actually came into our Telegram today and wanted to organize a voice chat so Elongate could come over. One of my passions has been blending communities together, and Elongate's charity program is something that's very attractive to both Jesse and myself. And as much as we've done it too, it's super cool to have you in here, and I can't wait to see more of these things blend together. Thank you for coming in and bringing it up.
Yeah. Right. Dude, yeah, the feeling's mutual, 100%.
Right. And thank you for that Discord invite.
Me and Brandon are big long-term holders. In fact, we kind of owe Hoj recognition for the whole pumps on the microcaps. Honestly, you guys started a trend. It went you, SafeMoon, then us. I don't think we would have the awareness, even though we're on different smart chains. You guys definitely ignited a fuse, and we benefited a lot from the wave. The butterfly effect, if you will.
Yeah, Brandon made it very clear. If you guys haven't sat down and watched the interview, because I know no one's going to watch me talk for 48 minutes, but it was fantastic. Brandon's very passionate about the project, and everybody over there, you'd be surprised how many people in these other projects also hold hose, you guys. The succession of which these coins came out. If you think about when we were getting into hose, I don't want to speak for everybody, but